Everybody doing good? Good morning, everybody. Leo, Colleen, Pam, Elizabeth. Oh, how has y'all's week been? And happy 4th of July. I see a smile over there. It's been the energy's been really strong. I don't know if y'all have recognized how the energy has been. It's been pretty, I'd say, horrific. um, so we'll start off with the prayer, and we'll get into class. We're going to talk about energy. Sorry, I missed last week. I had an unexpected appointment pop up that I did not have on my calendar, and I could not change it. And I know last week we were going to do some exercise with energy. We might do that today, but I know for sure we're going to talk about energy. But I don't know if everybody brought everything that I had asked them to do. So we'll just see how it goes. But we are going to talk about how to recognize your energy and stuff today. So we'll start off with our prayer. Creator of all that is, thank you so much for this beautiful day today, and for the ones that are attending this Zoom. Please protect us and our families as we go forward this week. We ask for our guides and our protectors to go in front of us, behind us, to the right side of us, to the left side of us, above us and below us, and keep us safe as we travel from our homes and back to our homes safely. We ask for a lot of healing to come into the earth right now for those that are suffering. And we ask that you release compassion upon the people's hearts that are so full of hatred right now, that are causing a lot of hurt and pain for other families. We hold them in the palm of our hands and then in our hearts and ask for comfort for them to be healed of the suffering that they're going through. Thank you so much for all the many blessings that you bestow upon us every day. And thank you so much for our health. We thank you for the connection that each one of us have in our heart today to connect so that we can learn about energy. Amen.
Song?
Sure.
Coming up strong, coming up fast. The spirit is here at last, revealing a world healing, waking on up to the light. Our freedom flight, are you ready to ride? Come along, come alive. Jump on board, we're heading high, building up steam, shining brighter, taking track, burning on back with pure desire through the night, with peace inside. Are you ready to ride? Come along, come alive. Come along, ride this train, come alive hearts, make this We've shared our pain, shed our tears, broken through the darkest years. Now let's keep rolling, beyond controlling, shaking out fear, unified. We're ready to ride with joy inside. Come along, come alive. Come along, ride this train. Come alive, hearts, make this change. Come along, it's your choice. Come alive and raise your voice. Come along, come alive. Come along, come alive. Come along, come alive. Come along, come alive. We're ready to ride, with love inside. Are you ready to ride? Come along, come alive. Come along, come along. Come along, come alive. Are you ready to ride? With love inside. Get ready to ride. Come along, come alive. 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 Come alive.
All yours, Sean.
All right, that was a pretty good little song, wasn't it? I love Sean's music. I think some of the people are having trouble getting on, so hopefully they'll be able to get on. For some reason, the number's not working right. So if Elizabeth isn't on and all of that, she might be contacting you, Rodney. You might want to send her out another link. All right. So raise your hand to let me know how many of y'all feel your energy and actually know that it's your energy that you're feeling. Okay. How about Colleen? Can she, Leo? Because I don't see Colleen.
She's in the bathroom right now, so she'll be right back.
All right. Well, because I think the first place we need to start at is being able to recognize your energy and what it feels like. There's 3 different ways that you can feel your energy, and that can be with a tingling. It can be like kind of a warm, hot sensation. And then it can be like something like if you were holding on to your arm and pressing down, you would feel a pressure to it. So you might have been feeling energy and didn't even know that was what energy was. That's why I asked how many people knew, how to tell how their energy felt.
I'm not at home, so it does feel a lot different for me right now, because I left the house yesterday. I'm staying with my sister right now, so It is much different than where I was.
Right. So you feel a different vibration. Well, that's good that you recognize that. Good morning, Dottie.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We've all been having a little different difficulties getting on and stuff, so I'm glad you could get on. You haven't missed anything. We just started talking about how many people actually recognize their energy, and so I'll kind of repeat. When you can recognize your energy by three things: you'll get a tingling, you'll feel kind of hot, where the energy's coming out of from your body, and also a pressure, like if somebody was, like if you were just pressing down on your legs or something. That's another way energy, you can feel your energy. But to start off with what we're going to be learning, because each one of us wants to learn how our energy works in our body, these are the sensations that you need to start watching out for. And we're going to do some little exercises. One of the very first things to understand is that, we've talked about male and female energy. And can y'all hear me okay? Okay, hear me nice and clear? Okay, so your left hand receives, let me see, hold on, I think I got that backwards. No, that's right. Your left hand receives, that's your feminine energy, and your right hand is the masculine energy, and it pushes out, it releases. So as you're understanding that, it's also like your breath coming into your body. The reason why we have two holes in our nostrils is so that the masculine and the feminine can connect together through going up both sides of your nose. So it's very important to understand that, because it brings a balance to everything. So you're breathing in male and female energy, which is the breath of life, which is creator. And then you're going to learn how to recognize it and use it, because you can actually, Reiki people that have learned Reiki know how to pull in the energy to heal people with their with their hands, by sending energy to other people where they're hurting at and fixing stuff. So you never know, you might end up going to Reiki class to learn about Reiki once you start learning about your own energy. So I want you to practice this, because this will help you. I want you to take your right hand right now and hold it straight out in front of you. Just hold it straight out in front of you like this, open-handed, and then I want you to shut it and hold it like that for just a minute, and then release it and tell me what you feel. And I want you to do that a couple of times, because you might not feel anything to start off with. Okay? But eventually you will feel the pressure, or you will feel tingling going down your arm, or you'll feel it become hot. Okay? And you practice with your left hand too, because your left hand, like I said, receives. So you might be able to feel it better through your left hand than your right hand. But when you start feeling that, that is your energy going through your body. So how many of y'all felt that when y'all did that? Did you feel it, Dottie?
No, ma'am, but I've got a fan blowing on me. I think that's changing things.
Well, maybe try it again. Just practice, because it could be very subtle. you know, because you're learning how to feel your energy. So, you know, hold your hand in a tight fist and then release it. And you'll feel the energy releasing out of your hands or down your arm, depending on how in tune you are. And if you don't feel anything, don't fret about it. Just practice it, because that's how you're going to learn. You can also take your hands like this. Okay. This is a form of tapping that they don't tell you about if anybody knows about tapping. Okay. But what you're doing is you're turning on your energy pulses in your brain and in your body to sense your feelings. Okay. Now, when you stop, do you feel the energy? When you stop doing that, do you feel the energy coming up? Because you should. Yeah, you should be able to feel it.
I couldn't. I'm going to.
Okay, so you have to practice it. You'll have to practice and don't get, you know, don't feel defeated, because it comes in time, because you're learning about how to feel your energy. So not everybody's going to be able to get it right off the bat. Look at our little animal visiting us this morning. Another thing is you take your hands, okay, and hit the palms of them. You can karate chop them. That's where your energy senses are right in the palm of your hands, okay? And when you hit them, you can activate them to come on, because sometimes people's aren't activated yet, okay? And you should be able to feel pressure. If it's not activated, what you'll feel is a pressure in the middle of your hand if it's not activated. But if it's activated, you'll actually feel the energy coming out of your hands. And then what I want you to do is put your hands real close together until you can feel the pressure in between your hands. And you might have to get really close. Now, do you feel the pressure? That's your energy. Okay, now move your hands just a little bit outward and see how long you can take until you don't feel that anymore. And sometimes you can go pretty ways out. Okay. And how's it feel? Can anybody describe what they're feeling?
Hi, good morning. It feels like a ball.
Yes. It actually is a ball. And what you'll learn by practicing that, and it does take practice to keep practicing that every day, do it a little bit every day, you will actually start feeling that ball form, and it can become really huge. And you can actually take that ball and put it over you when you learn how to do the energy. And it's kind of like calming your auric field down, because you can do it with your own hand. Dottie, did you feel that at all?
I did feel that, yes.
Okay, so that will help you. And another thing that will happen, especially if you do this in a dark room with just a little light, you might even be able to see the energy, because it'll be kind of a whitish form. You won't, you know, it'll be like a shadow, but it'll be white, so you'll be able to see it. And that's quite interesting to play with too, because once you can see that energy and start moving your hands back and forth, you can play with it, and it really becomes a lot of fun when you do that, because you're learning about yourself. Okay. Another thing is we don't realize that we put out energy every day and we release it in many ways. We release it out of the pores of our skin. We release it out of our hands. We release it out of our feet. We also take in energy that way. Now, I know each and every single one of y'all have been in a crowded room, and when you've left, you just felt exhausted and you had to go lay down and take a nap. The reason why that has happened was because there was somebody in that room that just took all your energy because you were wide open. That's what we call being wide open. And they just drained you of all your energy. And some people call it energy vampire, you know, being an energy vampire. But there's a lot of people that do it that don't even realize that they're doing it, because it goes back to the first lesson on the shadow and the spirit and how it feeds off of energy. So a lot of it's done unconsciously, but there are some that do it consciously, and they know that they're doing it consciously. And when you can recognize your own energy, you can learn to close it down and then close it off, so that when you're in a big group of people like that, you will walk away not tired anymore. Do any of y'all know how to close your energy off? I don't see any hands, so I guess that means no.
Call upon Archangel Michael. I just say, Archangel Michael, protect me, and I feel a big shield go around me.
Yes. Now, Rodney, I think me and you talked about this the other day. Because of free will, Archangel Michael, yes, all your guides and everything can protect you to an extent because of free will. On the physical level, you have to come up and rise up to their vibration level so that they can help because of free will. Now, a lot of people don't understand that. One day we'll have a class about free will. So when you're learning about your energy, okay, like I said, we're all open, right? So I want y'all to see if you can feel both your legs. If they're crossed, uncross them. Okay, and tell me what you feel. And don't worry, there's no wrong answer to this. But y'all will have to unmute your mics so you can tell me what you're feeling.
That was cross your legs, did you say?
Don't cross your legs. Keep your legs straight.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cross them.
Okay.
And tell me what you feel.
What do you feel? I feel pulsing.
I just feel the bottom of my feet.
I feel
Okay. Well, you feel the bottom of your feet. Colleen feels pulsing. Okay. For me, I can feel my energy coming down my thighs to the bottom of my feet because I'm focusing on my legs right now. And when you start practicing learning about your energy, you will actually be able to, send your energy to certain parts of your body. You'll also learn this when you're working on your chakras, because like when you go to your root chakra, if you practiced enough and you think about your root chakra right now, you will actually feel your root chakra, turning. And then you can move your energy up to your Kundalini chakra and your solar plex all the way up to through the top of your head. Okay. But we're on the feet, right? We're on the legs. So right now your legs are open. So the energy is open. It's a conduit. So the way you close this off, and you can do this in any group, guess how you close your energy off? Cross your legs. Cross your legs and tell me how that feels. Because you'll be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, it feels like you're pulling back in
Well, that's
something, you know.
because you just shut the door.
Mm,
Okay. So I
yeah.
want you to practice that for just a minute. Is got your legs crossed now, uncross them and see how they feel. The energy is going to be going out when they're open like that, but when you, as soon as you cross them, your door's shut. Now, do y'all feel that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is learning about how to feel your energy. Okay. Same thing with your arms. Okay. Your arms are wide open. The energy is coming in and out of them. Well, now close them off.
Yes.
Do you feel the same thing? The same thing that you felt in your legs, you'll feel in your arms. And practice it for a minute and then open your arms back up and feel the difference of the energy.
I just,
Yeah, I feel the energy in my the palms of my hands when it's open, and then when I'm closed, I don't feel that anymore.
Okay. So see, that's a good start because now y'all are actually feeling your own energy. And each one of us energy feels different. It's not the same. So you can practice that so that to the point where you will recognize your energy. This is your energy, especially when you close it off. Like when you close your feet off and your arms off and tell me what it makes you feel like.
heavy.
Well,
Like you're giving yourself a hug.
there you go. And see, Colleen, you said heavy. Okay, that is what I refer to as pressure. Okay, because it comes in different sensations. So, and you call it a hug, that is the pressure of your energy. Okay, so now you know how to feel the pressure of your energy. Okay, and it comes in three forms. It comes in tingling, it comes in heat, and then it comes in pressure. And that's how you will recognize your energy. Now I want you to release your arms and your legs, go back to having it open, and see if you feel any tingling. See if you feel any heat going through your body.
I can feel it in my hands.
There you go. That is your own energy that you're feeling. And so what to help you every day you need to focus on your own energy to because the more you focus on how your energy feels, the more you will become more aware of your energy field. And actually you'll become so aware of it that there will be some things that you don't want in it. And see, Pam, you're already there. You just need to recognize it better because you recognize that the energy is different at your sister-in-law's house or your sister's house,
Oh yeah.
okay, other than yours. And that's because you got a lot of stuff going on at your house, which we've talked
Yeah,
about.
I had a pretty traumatic day yesterday, and that's why I left. Um,
Well,
I'm not sure I'm going back at this point.
I'm sorry to hear that. Um,
Yeah.
well, it's okay to take a break. Just remember, it's okay to do that. Um, and ask spirit, to guide you in the proper in making the proper choice of it. You
Yeah.
know what you're going to be doing because that's some tough decisions that you're going to have to make. But it's
Yeah.
also about self-love, Um, and when it comes to your family, the energy that can be produced between the family can be very hard because they know what and how to get you through manipulation and stuff. So
I literally, yeah, didn't feel like myself. When I left and came here, I felt like, wow, just so different because I don't feel all this caution and all this, fear and all this pressure to be and do something. Here it's so free and soft, and my sister is very loving. And that I don't have at home. That don't that's it's not there. They want me there so I can do for them, not because they want me. You understand?
Yes, I do. I do. And that does happen in all families. Whether it's just one person in the family, they think they're entitled, the entitlement
Yeah, yeah,
that you're going to always do the things for them that they should be doing for themselves. And
right.
and what's really sad about that is you have to also look at what part did you play in that, because
Yes,
we all play a part in it, and because we love and give so much, we don't realize sometimes that it can create codependency. It can create a lot of things like that entitlement without us realizing it until it's too late. And
yeah,
then,
and that's
and
the problem. Yes, it
yeah,
is. It's that entitlement, and I expect you to do this for me because you are my mother or the children's grandmother. So therefore, you have to. It's your responsibility to do this, and I just have come to a point where I feel like I can't be me. I can't take care of me. I
and
just
that's the very first thing you got to do is take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, then you're going to get sick and you won't be here. You know,
yeah, and I have not been well the last few days. I just have not felt good. I have been exhausted and tired, and I fell. And, I mean, there's just been this too much pressure there right now, and I do need to take a break. I don't know if I'm going to go back, but, right
well,
now I
you
just
got my
need to
phone
go.
number. You know, you got my phone number. So if you need to call
Yeah,
me,
I will. I just was thinking I would need to call you and talk to you.
yeah. Um,
Thank you.
so let's do something for each and every one of us right now, because this is another way that you'll learn to keep your energy clear, because because we stay so open, because we're not aware that we need to close off our energy. Like for you, Pam, you need to close your energy off when you get around your family because they're draining you dry.
Mm-hmm.
And and until you start doing that, and Leo and Colleen can confirm this, they will suck you dry until you can't get out of the bed. And nobody can help. People can
Yep.
speak happening to you, but they can't help you because it's up to you to close that energy door off so that that does not happen to you. And that's part of self-love and loving yourself. And it's okay. Remember, it's okay to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not well, nobody else can get well. And that's part of our process that we're all here to do. Yes, Rodney.
I have a question. Once we close our energy, how do we keep it closed? Like, do we need to keep our arms crossed, our legs crossed? Do we need to say something?
Actually, the best way to do it is keep your legs and arms crossed until you get out of that type of vibrational energy. And it is an awareness that you have to carry with you. And trust me, you will forget about it, because I've done it many times. And I've come home feeling exhausted and go, well, you didn't close your energy off. So, it's an awareness that you have to have. If you know you're going to a place that's going to take your energy, then you can put and carry stones in your pockets. You can wear necklaces that will help you reflect that type of energy off of you. You can say prayers, but it's really, it's that fine line that I told you about, that free will line. Spirit can only help so far because it's up to us to protect ourselves as human beings. Okay? Because we're in a physical plane. And so that's the part where I was saying that we have to meet halfway in it, because remember when I first started these classes, there's three things that move energy, right? The thought, the action, the reaction. And you have to move your energy. You can't let it be stagnant. You've got to keep it moving. But if you're moving your own energy, but there's other people around you sucking the energy that you're moving, you ain't gonna get very far. What you're gonna get is the bed. You know, so you have to be in alignment and in awareness with inside yourself to protect yourself, because you're important. And that's not being selfish. And see, we have been taught our whole lives how to give to other people, you know, before we give it back to ourselves. And we need to change that, because we have to give it to ourselves first before we can give it to anybody else. That's why there's so many people that do not feel loved right now in this world. Were they abandoned? Did they not get enough love in their lifetime through their family members? Probably so. But the biggest thing is they never gave it to themselves. And really, truly, how can you give love to yourself if you don't know what it is? Okay, because we haven't been taught that. And one of the biggest things is protecting your energy. You know, loving yourself enough to protect yourself and take yourself out of an abusive, whether it be physical, verbal. Take yourself out of that, because you do not deserve to be in that, because all it does is belittle you, break you down, and takes your essence of your own spirit away from you. And you're worthy of all things. You're a child of God. And God didn't put us here on this earth to be treated like that. But what happens is we've been taught how to treat everybody on the outside, but you have to treat yourself that way first to be able to receive it from other people. That took me a long time to learn, you know, because I gave, and I would sit there and go, well, God created, when's it my turn? I've gave and gave and gave and gave and gave. Well, I couldn't receive anything that the Creator had put out there for me, because I had never gave it to myself. I had never opened that part of myself up to receive it. And for you to be able to receive, you have to give it to yourself first. That opens the doorway to receive everything that the universe wants to give you. It's a doorway. It's energy. And it's okay. That's not being selfish. There's a big difference between, you know, being selfish and greedy and all of that. There's a big difference. This is not being selfish. This is you loving yourself and understanding that you're a human being and you have feelings and emotions. And a lot of people have come and asked me, you know, they have trouble with people respecting them, and they say, I just don't understand how come this person will not respect how I feel. Well, that the person cannot respect how you feel until you respect yourself. By setting the boundaries that this isn't going to take place in me because I love myself too much. I'm not going to allow somebody to yell at me. I'm not going to allow them to do this, but you've got to set all the boundaries for that. Nobody can do that for you. That is what self-love is about. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to leave. You know, But if there's a chance that you can fix it because you can see where you need to give it back to yourself and you can work out the issues or the energy that is created, then do it. You know, if not, take yourself out of it. My mama used to say that to me all the time. Why put yourself in chaos? If there's chaos going on and you did not create the chaos, then remove yourself from the chaos. But it's really hard to do if it's a family member. And that's because we love so much and we don't want to see our family suffering. But sometimes to protect your own self and to heal yourself, you have to remove yourself from that toxic person because they're toxic. And if you don't, you're the one that's going to suffer. They're going to keep on going and think there's not a thing wrong. But you got to bring it into awareness within inside yourself. And as soon as you become aware of it and start setting the boundaries to respect yourself and not allow that to happen to you, you'll go through some things. And that's probably some of the reasons why you're going through what you're going through right now, Pam, is because you're setting boundaries and they're kind of rebelling from them boundaries. But they're going to, if you set boundaries like that, they're going to test you. And you're going to have to be strong enough to say, I've set this boundary for myself, whether you tell them or you do it for yourself, you know, and don't allow them to take your energy like that anymore. But let me tell you, it's hard. That it's not an easy task, and it doesn't happen overnight because this energy has been roaming around for quite a long time, creating stuff in your life. Okay, but
Yeah.
but once you start actually feeling your own energy, okay, and being able to recognize, hey, this is my energy, then you'll be able to feel your auric field, okay, and then you can also clear your auric field. Right now, I want y'all to repeat this prayer after me, okay? It's a very short. You're going to say, Father of all that is. Say, Father of all that is, I ask you to release from me all energies that are not of my own, that have been placed on me or that I have took into my auric field. I ask that this be released off of me at this time so that I can feel my true essence and only my true essence and you. I hope.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is there a way we can get you to send us that prayer or? I mean, I so need that. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Okay, well, that just come from spirit, so I haven't got it wrote down. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do, Dottie, for you. As soon as Rodney puts it back up on the on YouTube, I'll write it all down and I'll send it to you. Okay.
Thank you.
And anybody else that wants a copy of it, just let me know and then I'll text it to you. But I want to know, when you said the prayer, what did you feel?
Free.
I definitely feel better.
Did you feel it come off of you?
Yeah, I feel lighter. My energy is very personal energy is very peaceful and very very quiet and very gentle. My personal energy, but the energy of my husband is very angry and very pushed back and you know, he's got a lot of problems and heart problems and everything else, and he pushes me away really bad. So I mean, and I feel his anger at everything, and anger at the world and anger at the situation and anger at me. And his blame. I mean, it was bad. I mean, he was screaming at me in my face and he shoved me and I have to take some responsibility for this. I was not happy. I was upset. I felt overwhelmed by the things that in the home and everything that's going on. I've taken on too much by
Yeah,
trying to care for everybody. So I'm not blaming it all on him. I'm saying that I have not put enough boundaries and said that this is enough.
right.
And I've always just let them choose and just let them do, and always just gave what they needed and never gave what Pam needed, and me walking away was letting me do something for me. I said, listen, I got to get out of here because I can't even be myself here anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I can't feel myself anymore. I'm just everybody's women want, and I have to get out of here because I don't know who I am here. Here, I can feel me.
Good.
You know, and the tenderness of my sister is so sweet. I mean, she's a very loving person, and she reached over and touched me and I actually jerked,
Yeah.
and I thought, whoa. But I haven't had anybody just lovingly touch me in so long, you know. So, I mean, I do need to get out for a while in order to recover and find out what I'm supposed to do, to take care of me, obviously, because I fell, I've been dizzy. I haven't, I felt really overwhelmed, So and my husband and I haven't had a really good relationship for the last 10 years since my accident. He withdrew from me and backed up from me, and he's very angry. I think he's angry at the situation. I think he's angry at everything that has happened. And I mean, I don't hold it all against him, and I totally understand. He's very depressed and he has heart problems. I'm sorry I'm saying all this on here, but
No,
um,
don't.
I'm not criticizing him and I'm not blaming them. I'm taking responsibility for the fact that I let this happen to me. I tried to express how I felt yesterday and everybody just went after me. You have to control your emotions, all this stuff. And I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I
And
can't do it anymore.
it's okay because we have all in some point in time in our life have found ourselves in situations like that. And it it's a learning energy situation, but it's very painful at the same time. But it's okay because look, you are aware. I mean,
Yes.
think about it. If you weren't aware, it could be much worse. But you're in awareness of what you need, and that's the very first step. Is when you become aware of the what you need, then you can actually start working on fixing it. And
Yeah.
and
I
it
need
doesn't,
to. Mhm.
it doesn't mean that you have to leave your husband or anything like that, unless that's what you choose. But the biggest thing is it is time for you and you're aware of that.
Yeah.
So let them fend for themselves for a little bit. They might find some compassion when they have to do the things that you were doing for them. It might wake them up a little bit. Some of this stuff happens like that so that others can wake up too. But I'll also tell you that we have a lot of energy stuff being thrown at us that is creating a lot of this too.
Yes.
Okay, that's not normal, but understand that you're growing, even though it's painful. You remember when our parents back in the day well, we would tell them how bad our legs were hurting when we were young, and they say, "Oh, that's just growing pains." Well, that's kind of what's happening now. That's why it hurts so bad, because you're growing, and with that comes um, one of the biggest things for myself when I go through stuff is the self denial that had blocked my view, because I didn't want to believe that that was really happening, because I cared so much for the ones that were in it with me, that the self denial that I had in myself, which is one of the skeletons in your closet, you have to come and say, yes, I was like that. Yes, I did that. But guess what? When you do that, you grow and you become stronger, and it's okay. It is okay.
I gotta say that, few months ago, if this had happened, I would have really just turned it on myself, really badly, and just hated myself. And but I didn't do that this time, because I realized that I am not able to do everything for everybody. There is limits to Pam, but I've never known it there until in recent, times. I have not known it, because I just always just gave, and
That's how I was like Superwoman, and didn't know that Superwoman could crack until I had my heart attack. and then I realized, oh, I have a physical body, and I can't do that stuff like that no more. I've got to slow down a little bit.
That's what I've been telling them, that this is too much for me. But
yeah.
I've done so much for them for so long, they just think that I can just keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Even though I say I cannot. And I try to say, I try to tell them how I feel. They just tell me I'm being, overly emotional, and
Well, they're trying to put the blame back on you because they don't want to look at their part in it. They're gonna try to make you feel guilty so you can continue to do the things they need. That's part of codependency.
Yeah.
Things like that. And but when you become aware of it, you can prevent it by setting up good boundaries. But like I said, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to go through. And if I was you, I'd take a month-long vacation, maybe two. Because the longer you stay away, the more it's going to wake them up to realize, hey, maybe she did need that time.
Yeah, I need some place to go. That's where my problem is right now. I can stay at my sister's for a few nights, but I can't stay long, very long here, because she lives in a housing place where you can't have guests that
Right.
long. So I do need to find some place where I can go for a longer period of time. And I have to go back to the house to get my stuff, get some stuff. But he was very, very angry yesterday. He really has a problem with rage, and he's had it all his life. He has, and I've dealt with it, and he needs to deal with it. He needs to realize that he's so unhappy,
But
and
see,
depressed.
but see, you can't help him until you
No.
help yourself. And if you were to just point that out to him, hey, you're depressed, you're this, you're that, all it's gonna do is make him angry, and he's gonna get in that self-denial, and he's gonna get in that fight mode, because that, to defend yourself. How dare you tell me this? Because that's just how, as a human beings, we are. We take offense, we have triggers, and it's sad, but there are a lot of relationships right now, because of the energy vibration being changing in the universe. There's a lot of relationships that are not going going to be able to stand the new vibrations coming in, because it comes back to working on yourself. You've got to do the self-love for yourself and understand how you're feeling, understand how your energy is, and see you're right where you're supposed to be at. Spirit always puts you where you're supposed to be. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about how to feel your energy, how to know it's your energy and not somebody else's, and that's very important, because when you can learn to feel your own energy, it's going to change a lot of things in your life. Now, Spirit had showed me last week when I couldn't have the class. I think I had talked to Dottie about it. I'm not for sure. I know I talked to one of y'all about it. For your homework, I want you to go out into the woods or by the tree, and I want you to take a blindfold with you, something to cover your eyes with. And before you put the blindfold on, I want you to make sure you have enough stuff around you that you can touch. Okay, I don't want you walking around where you're going to trip over anything, but I want you to either sit by the tree or stand by the tree and reach out blindfoldedly and touch stuff, and actually really feel, take the vibration in and visualize what you are touching. What type of energy is this? How does this energy feel? And the more you do that, the more you're going to be able to pick up on other people's energy really good, because you get in tune to everything when you do that, even the universe's energy. You'll be able to be blindfolded and know that it's going to rain in about 2 hours. But that it takes a lot of practice to get like that. And as the world is today, there's not a lot of time to do that unless you choose to do that. That's where the free will comes in. And because we're working on self-love and stuff, you've got to set, well, you don't have to. Let me get out of that you. The best thing to do is for you to really realize that you want to work on yourself and you want to put good boundaries up for yourself. And to be able to do that, you have to make the time to understand how to feel the energy. And it's like playing with your hands, feeling the energy, so that you can know what your energy feels like. And once you learn what your energy feels like, then you take that blindfold outside and you feel other things. Well, actually, you don't have to go outside. You could touch anything in your house. You could touch your couch. You could touch a plant in your house. But everything carries energy. And once you do that, you'll be able to tell the difference in the energies and what it is. And quite interesting when you do that. But do you have enough time, or will you make the time to do that for yourself? Because if you do, that's a great gift that is waiting out there. Is there for everybody, to receive, if they just take the time to do it for themselves. And guess what? What I said before. You are worthy of all things. You just got to decide what you're worthy of. What do you feel worthy of? Well, I'm worthy of all things. And when I've had enough, I've had enough. And back in the day, I would blow up and say, I've had enough. I ain't doing this no more. Because I'm human. We're human. We do that. But But now what I do is I start setting boundaries. And then if those boundaries are crossed over, you don't get another chance with me. You know, because I love myself enough that I don't have to put myself through that. And then until you, it doesn't mean that I will write you completely off my list either. But what you will have to do is come back at another time and show me that you've learned, you know, and that you've changed. And it won't be just because you spit it out your mouth, because people can tell you anything out their mouth what you want to hear. And used to, you know, a lot of us used to believe that, right? But we had to learn the hard way, because guess what? You don't spit it out of your mouth, you walk it. And when you walk it, then you know it's true. And that's energy too. So there's a lot that energy ties into. And isn't it beautiful how Creator made us? You know, because we are amazing energy people. And when we truly, truly learn how to balance the energy, understand the energy, feel the energy, think about what it'll be like to get around other people that understand that the same way you do, and what we can do with all that energy to heal stuff, to create stuff, you know, in a loving manner instead of in a hateful manner, you know. So we all have a lot of work to do. And that's okay. Because why is it okay? Because we're worthy of all things. You know, and before somebody else can respect you, you have to respect yourself. Before you can respect yourself, you got to understand what you want out of yourself. You know, and how are you going to do that? You really can't do it until you understand your energy. Because your energy, when it comes into your body, is what makes you feel these emotions. Because either you're feeling your energy or you're feeling somebody else's emotion, which is creating that emotion in you. So are you being hijacked by their energy and then taking it on because you're an empath and you don't realize it's not your energy? So you're going, oh gosh, I feel so horrible today. And it's not even your energy. So all you have to do is go, please, Creator, remove anybody's energy that's not mine out of my auric field. You know, because that's an awareness that you come to, that you start learning. And the more you learn about your energy, the more you can move the energy around you. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's a good reminder.
It is a good reminder. Do you have anything to add with that? Because I know you do.
I went through similar things the last year, and I found the sun's out of the way. I had removed myself out of the situation quite a few times and took a few business trips / vacations, and it was very necessary, and I definitely did feel the difference. So I hear the truth in what you're saying, but I do work around a lot of people, and that's why I'm saying it's a good reminder, because on my days off, I feel so wiped out and drained. I don't even want to go outside sometimes.
Yeah.
But nature is where I recharge, but I have to pass through the people to get there. I just don't want to leave home.
And that's so correct. And then we're being hit with this other energy, you know, that's coming through right now that's not really good energy. And so what, for most of us that are in awareness, what it's doing is we're all ending up in the bed because we're exhausted, or we have headaches and our stomach's hurting. But it's part of the energy that's coming through. and that goes back to the prayer that I did. You know, this energy that's hitting us isn't our energy, and it can cause you to have headaches. It can cause you to have stomach aches, but also you have to. Well, you don't have to. If you recognize it and or in awareness that it's not your energy, you can pass it through your body better so that it does not make you sick with headache and a stomach ache and stuff like that. But once that vibration hits us, we all automatically we're on guard. You know, our body puts us on guard, and instead of you know releasing the energy, we're trying to fight it off of us. And that's one of the biggest things too, is that you're not supposed to fight the energy, that you're supposed to allow it to go through you like I visualize me as a pane of glass, and that when that energy hits that, I know that's not mine, it just goes through that glass. And instead of, like I said, energy is a language, and when that language comes through us, we immediately get attached with an emotion. It attaches to an emotion, and that's where we're having trouble right now deciphering: is this my emotion or is it somebody else's? You know, so when you truly learn your energy and you truly know, kind of like what Pam was saying, when you get to know who you are, what you want, how you respect yourself, and all of that, and your true energy, you'll be able to detect that energy when it hits your auric field and be able to release it like that a lot better. Right now, a lot of us aren't doing too hot. Like I said, we're ending up in the bed when we should actually be out in nature, you know, releasing it and grounding ourselves better. But it's a really horrific energy being thrown at us right now, plus all the energy of everybody else that we have to be involved with. So we're like juggling right now. We're the jugglers.
Mm. I've spent a lot of time in my garden lately and wanting to be outside with my dog. I've spent a lot of time doing that, and I've had a great desire to just be alone and just to find myself, you know, to feel myself, you know. So yeah, I can see how nature really does help, you know. And I've been working on my garden, and that has been a very comforting experience because nobody's interested in it but me.
Well, you know, when you dig in the dirt, that also helps ground you. And a lot of people don't know that, but when you dig into Mother Earth, that's even a different on a different vibrational level than just standing upon her and grounding. Because see, on the top surface is Mother, but underneath is grandmother. Okay, and a lot of people don't realize that. Same with the sun, and inside is the grandfather. So the energy is different. Okay, so the deeper you get into it, the stronger the energy is that you can receive to heal yourself. And it's really quite interesting, you know, the things. I wanted to give y'all these 8 things to do to help you, you know, understand and tap into your energy. So if y'all got a piece of paper, I'm gonna give it to y'all real quick, and then we'll go back to, you know, talking, and y'all can ask questions and stuff. But to tap into your energy and really, I want y'all to do that homework. I want y'all to go outside next week and put a blindfold on and just touch things and write down how it made you feel. Did you know what you were touching? You know, write it down. I want to see, because that's going to help me see how much you can perceive energy. Because we'll probably be talking about energy for the next couple of classes, because this is just not a one topic class, because we are energy. So we'll be talking about energy for quite a long time. But for the very first thing, as when you start your day, you need not the you, but it would help to meditate and to quiet your mind. You know, get up, like I said, because your ego is already ate before your feet touched the floor. It's done told you what you're going to do for the whole day, and it might have already went into the whole week of how your week's going to turn out before you even get out of the bed in the morning time. So the very first thing you need to do is to bring yourself into awareness and get in your command post. And I call my third eye my command post. And like I said, when you move, you know, to move energy, you have to have the thought, the action, and then the reaction. So the minute my feet hit the floor, I say, I'm in my command post. And then I start moving. And guess what? You have centered yourself up here into your mind and awareness, you know, and gotten out of your ego or your shadow side. And then your day can start off. But like I was saying, before you get out of bed, ego's done fixed dinner for you, told you what time you were going to go to bed in the evening. And if you know I'm right, y'all. So you've got to get your mind and click it into the awareness. So that's how I do it. As soon as my feet hit the floor, I say, I'm in my command post. My command post is right here. Now, my command center, where everything is controlled, is where you go down here and you get into your little spot in your heart. And you go, I'm safe. I'm loved. You know, because that's where you give all your gratitude and to yourself, your self-respect. Okay. So meditation is a very, if you can even just do 10 minutes of meditation every morning, once you get in your command post, try to volunteer or give your time to somebody else, even if it's for a minute, without having, you know, without having any expectations of what you're going to get back for what you're doing. Okay. Make sure you get out in nature at least once a day. Okay. And I know people that won't even go out their back door and stand on the grass and haven't done it for months. And get out there every day. It's just to stand on the grass in your yard. Listen to music that uplifts your soul. And listen to your gut. You know, because your gut always leads you in the right way. Then support your mind and body. And what is support? Kind of what you're going through right now, Pam. But we're all going through it in lots of ways. But the support is, it's okay to feel the way you feel. Okay, but it's not okay to stay in it. So you got to make some choices, you know, for yourself, so that you can heal your own self. So be very mindful to get up every day and support yourself, your mind and your body, you know, and then be very thankful for what you got, because there's not a lot of people that have a lot of stuff right now. You know, a lot of people are losing their stuff. And I don't think it's gonna get any better for a while. I think we're gonna get to see a lot of homelessness, a lot of changes are coming, and the people aren't ready for that. So we have to be ready, you know. And how do we get ready for all of this stuff? By awareness, staying out of your ego, being in your command post. Doesn't mean you won't have it happen to you, but when it does, you'll be able to control the emotional part of yourself a lot better so that you can get through it a lot easier. And the last one is accepting others for who they are. Don't try to change another person because it's not about changing other people, it's about you changing yourself and being happy with yourself. Because this is really, really true. If you're not happy, you're not going to be happy with anybody else until you get happy with yourself. And there was a saying, if mama ain't happy, the whole family ain't happy. And that's a true statement. But it really comes down to yourself being happy. You're important. It's important for you to be happy. You don't have to go around being sad, depressed. And if you are, then you need to go get some help. You need to go find somebody that will, you can talk to and stuff, because that's not good for you. Because you are a child of God. He doesn't want you to be sad. He doesn't want you to be lonely. Now, I've told this to many, 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 many people over the years. When Creator wants to speak to you and gets your attention, if you're in a relationship and stuff and you're not, doing your quiet time for yourself and really reflecting and working on yourself, Creator's gonna put you in a spot where he can talk to you, and he's gonna remove you to a quiet space so that he can commune with you. Because what happens, because we're human, is when we're in a relationship, we try to take care of that other person's needs and what they need, and we lose ourselves and we forget about ourselves. And then because we forget about ourselves, we end up suffering, we end up being sad. And guess what? We end up having to remove ourselves from the situation. But what you're actually doing is communing with God in your sacred time. It's like being in the moon lodge, like a woman's moon lodge, to correct the energy, and balance the energy. They stayed away from the men 7 days a week, during the time of their moon. There was a reason for that, because that was their time to commune with God. But see, all that got taken away from us women. So when do we have time to commune with God if we're trying to take care of everybody else's needs instead of what we need too? Because see, there's a balance to everything, so we have to bring that balance back. So you too need that time with God and that time with yourself. So I want y'all to think about that, because usually when you really truly need to speak to Creator, he puts you in a place where you can commune with him. I've told a lot of people the reason why you ended up in jail is because you weren't listening to him, and so he put you in jail so that you could be quiet for a few minutes. And guess what? When they come out of jail, they were listening to what God had to say, not what they wanted, not what they had been doing. Their whole life changed because it come to a stop. They took time to stop. And when you take time to stop, you can become more aware of the energy that is swirling around you. You know, and then you're able to see your own energy and see what part you're playing in it. And if it's not a good part, then you need to remove it and create a new way. You know, that's better for you. And that's it for me today, y'all. Y'all have any questions? Because boy, yeah, it's just coming out of me.
I missed one of those 8 points. Could you go through a real quick summary of the 8 points?
Which one did you miss? Tell me which one you got.
The meditation is the first one when you get out of bed, and then volunteer your time second, and I go to nature and at least once a day, listen to music and yourself, support your mind and body.
Okay, you miss listen to your gut feeling.
Oh, okay. That separated those two. Okay, good. I'm good shape. All right.
Yeah, listen to your gut because it's always right.
Yeah. One other thing. I didn't do
Go
that.
ahead.
Okay, and one other thing is that when I put my hands out, I didn't feel hard, little or anything on my right hand, but I did on my left hand. Well, guess what? I'm left-handed. So, thank you.
Leo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Could you repeat that? Because my speaker went out while you were talking for some reason.
Oh, okay. When I did the hand thing, I felt little or nothing with my right hand, but with my left hand, it all came through my left hand. Well, guess what? I'm left-handed.
That's funny.
Anyway, thank you.
Can I give you a call after we're off here, ShaHaWin?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
For some reason, I'm gonna have to put my headphones on because my speaker's not working. Can y'all still hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Give me just a second to put my headphones in. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with my computer, but I guess it got froze up or something for a minute.
ShaHaWin, can I say something? This is Dottie.
Yes.
Pam, I sent through the chat something to you. It's a blessing. You can do it for yourself or you can do it for others. But if you do that for 2 weeks, when you think about it, it changes things. Whatever. I do it for a negative situation I have with people, and it absolutely changes things. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Thank you. Yes, I did see that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So does anybody have any other questions? Elizabeth's been very quiet. Is she on, Rodney?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's being very quiet.
Yes, I'm having terrible computer issues and energy issues this morning. My alarm went would go off again, and it was set. So I don't know what's going on. Something is trying to keep me from these classes.
Yeah, I'll call you later and we'll talk, okay?
Yeah, okay, but I apologize for being so late, and then my internet
We'll
kept going
do some
off.
prayers.
Okay.
Well, we got a lot of energy, like I said, we have a lot of energy coming through, so it could be affecting the computers and the internet and stuff. So we'll just have to see what happens, if it continues to happen. But we are also having a lot of sunspots coming off of the sun that could be creating some of this
The
too.
blares, yeah. Okay, sorry I was so late though.
Do y'all have any other questions?
I have an observation. When I was doing the energy closing, it felt
Hold
like,
on, Rodney, I can't hear you at all. Oh, that's just too funny.
How
Okay,
about
try
now?
it now.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay. What I was saying is when I was doing the closing and opening of the hand, I could feel, so when I've done plant medicine ceremonies, and one's called 5-MeO-DMT, also referred to as a God particle. And when you're in this ceremony, you literally feel every cell of your body tingle with source energy. You feel God in every cell of your body. And when you had us doing the exercises with the hand and the legs, it brought back that feeling, that tingling, that source. So it's like our energy, but it's also creator's energy. And that's what we're tapping into when we do that. It was actually very interesting to feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, but we are, the God's energy, because that's what the breath of life is. And that's where the male and the female energy comes from. So I tell you, he made us unique. We are unique parts of the universe, and everything's unique, even down to a blade of grass and the way that it's made. With sacred geometry, symbolism, and all of that. It's just quite interesting. And I love each and every single one of y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed this class. And please do the blindfold thing. I'm even going to do the blindfold thing because I think it would help me, because I too need tuning up my energy source, to feel source different types of energy better, because I get slammed with a lot of energy, and sometimes I don't know where that energy is coming from, but most of the time I can tell. Most of the time I know where it's coming from. But have I been in nature very long for a while? No. I think the last time I was in nature was right after my heart attack, and I stayed in my tent for 2 weeks. Out in my backyard, I put a tent up and went and stayed in it for 2 weeks, which was very refreshing. I'd do it right now if it wasn't as hot as it was outside, but it's very hot here. Do any of y'all have any other questions? If not, we'll have Rodney say the prayer, and we'll close out, and we'll see everybody again next Tuesday.
All right, I'll do a closing prayer. Father Sky, Mother Earth, all our ancestors, all our relatives, how grateful we are once again to step inside this most sacred circle. Thank you, Most High, Most Divine, for this message that you've conveyed through our sister ShaHaWin, this timely message, this message that has impacted so many of us in our daily walk. I ask, Creator, Most High, Most Divine, that you guide us in a good way during this week. that you'll bring us into that alignment that allow us to connect with you, that you raise our vibrations, that you allow us to recognize our energies and protect ourselves when we need to. We thank you for the wisdom that you convey through our sister. We ask that this wisdom deeply plants itself in our hearts so we may walk forward with this knowledge in a good way. We thank you for this day. We ask you watch over us during the week, bless us and our children and our families and those we love. Watch over and guide us in every way, protect us in every way. We love you. We thank you. With that, I say, aho.
Oh, I love each and every one of you. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Rod